Joining us now is former Trump 2020 campaign strategic communications director Marc Lotter and former advisor to Bill and Hillary Clinton, Richard Goodstein. Gentlemen, great to have you both here. All right, just your quick hot takes on not only Kamala Harris's plan today, but Donald Trump's plan from a couple days ago.
So I was struck by the fact that there's been all this talk about Harris being like another Obama. What I heard was somebody who was more like Bill Clinton.
What do you mean?
He talked about, in his campaign, it was responsibility, opportunity, and community. That was the bedrock principles of his campaign. She's not promising outcomes. She's saying, I want to give people an opportunity to get ahead. And obviously, the contrast of her standing up for the middle class, tax cuts, going after price gouging, versus Trump. Talk to that Walmart shopper who's going to go down. Forget 10 or 20%. He's talking about 60% tariffs on China. Guess how much of that qualifies at Walmart? A lot.
Yeah, Richard, it's a good point because you and I were talking about this earlier. These tariffs, we just played a clip of Donald Trump 2 days earlier in North Carolina promising 10 to 20% tariffs on all goods coming into the United States. That would just be passed on to American consumers.
Well, he also said to countries that are ripping us off. This is a negotiation tactic that he has used in the past. He uses it with China. He uses it with others. That if you do not treat us fairly, if you expect free trade with us, but you then penalize American manufacturers, then I'm going to come after you hard. But if he wants free and reciprocal trade. And as a hot take on Kamala's, it was an economic plan void of economics. I mean, it fails the test. When you have Washington Post economic experts on CNN and other places saying this is not a real plan, this more resembles Beijing and Havana than it does the United States of America. Government price controls, socialism, government doesn't work.
All right, let's go through a couple of her proposals. She did say she was going to unveil more later. So we'll focus on what she did unveil today. And one of those things was the $6,000 child tax credit for parents with kids under a year of age. We do know that there was an expanded child tax credit during the pandemic that expired. And it had a dramatic impact. I mean, child poverty was cut in half in this country. It expired. Democrats are trying to bring it back. Republicans in the Senate have blocked it. This could be a very popular thing.
It's enormous, the implications for the country if we could make it permanent. Again, every single Republican opposed it when it came up in 2021. Every single Republican opposed it when Chuck Schumer brought it up just a couple weeks ago. So we know kind of who stands where on that issue. And we also know that to the middle class, that child tax credit is enormous in terms of giving people some flexibility that they frankly don't have right now.
Mark, even J.D. Vance is proposing a $5,000 child tax credit.
This is no different than Kamala Harris stealing no tax on tips from Donald Trump. J.D. Vance comes out with $5,000. He's mocked and ridiculed in many media outlets, so Kamala comes out with $6,000. I mean, it's like the Price is Right she's playing here in a presidential campaign. I'll just one-up you by $1 or so.
All right. The other thing she proposed was giving $25,000 to first-time home buyers to help them put that down payment on their home. She didn't explain where that money was going to come from.
No, and she's also not explaining why she needs to do this. I mean, if she would actually have any understanding of economics, lower inflation, lower interest rates, lower mortgage rates, more people can afford homes. We don't need government handouts. But once again, this speech didn't at all admit she's the reason. She and Joe Biden are the reason grocery prices are unaffordable. People can't afford a first home. Mortgage rates were 2.77% when Donald Trump left office. Now they're near 7%. That's on Kamala Harris.
So, excuse me. When he left office, tens of thousands of people were dying of COVID.
More people died under COVID under Joe Biden.
That he should be addressed by injecting bleach. And he also said to Bob Woodward, it's a problem. He said to the public, it's not a problem.
Let's stick with the economy.
Okay, my point is there were supply chain issues that were directly related to this. And ultimately, his great friend Putin marched into Ukraine. Supply chain and Putin in Ukraine, that's why it was worldwide inflation, nothing unique to the United States. And here's how well she knows economics. That Biden, 16 million new jobs created. Trump, first in 100 years to have fewer jobs when he left office than when he started. Massive manufacturing increase, massive new business starts. So that's a pretty good record to run on. The problem, I think, was that because Biden was so old, he had a hard time communicating.
Thanks. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.